Hi, Facebook. I'm back. I'm back from the dead. Uh, Man, the lighting sucks in here. It's my new house. I gotta figure it out. I gotta figure out the lighting. Um, Went to Monster Mania, number 34, I guess. First time ever going to that. Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Why would anybody go to Cherry Hill, New Jersey? Is there a reason? No, there isn't. There's no reason to ever go there. Philadelphia and New Jersey, at least the parts we saw, were disgusting. Very urban, industrial, awful looking. No desire to ever go back there. And the populace of Cherry Hill, just as annoying as you've seen on TV. Those aren't stereotypes. The people that live there actually act like that and talk like that. You know, Jersey Shore style. So, that was my phone going off. So there's no reason to go there. This con was very expensive for us, flying from Florida to New Jersey, on every level. From the flight was, kind of reasonable. Hotel was like 140 something a night. Had to get a cab, which was also expensive, like a half-hour cab ride, I think it was. It was a very expensive con, and there was no AC. The AC in the hotel sucked. The con area was fucking uncomfortable and hot, and I don't know what their deal was. Like, some of the floors of the hotel had like fans blowing circulating air, but it wasn't for the AC. It was, or cooling purposes. It was like they had some sort of a flood or something. Like, everything was all torn up and gross looking. Not a good hotel. That alone, I would recommend not going back or going to it ever. But the one positive from that con was the vending room. The vending room was nice. There was actually 3 of them, I believe. There was vendors in 3 separate areas, and they had some cool ass shit, like too cool. Sometimes I'll go to a con, and being the gluttonous movie collector that I am, I'll walk with money, because I have a lot of the stuff, and there's nothing interesting for me to buy. This was not the case. Monster Mania had more stuff than I brought money for, and I ended up taking money out. Another hundo, if you will. I took out to buy stuff, and I really just blame it on 2 tables. There was Diabolic DVD was there. They have a website that I've ordered stuff from in the past. They get foreign stuff and obscure things, obscure releases, and they were there with a fucking table. They didn't have as many foreign releases as I wanted. I wanted stuff that, I can't buy easily from anybody else. So I was looking for UK, Japanese, stuff like that. One second. And very little. I guess most people don't care about that stuff. Just me. So I did find enough that I took out another hundo just for their table. And spent most of it. Not all of it, but most of it. And then there was another table, just 2 random dudes who were movie collectors, and they were selling like their duplicates and stuff that they didn't want anymore. And their table was loaded with fucking out of print shit. Like, just I spent most of the weekend at that table because when they sold shit, they had stuff behind the table and they would fucking just keep refilling their table with stuff. I could have spent like my entire life savings there easily. They didn't have any VHS until I asked them if they had VHS, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I got some." Pulled out this big stack of fucking obscure, weird shit. You know, like they had everything, and they just kept fucking supplying. So this video is just to show you all the fucking shit I got. Loot, if you will. A lot of loot. Let's start with Diabolic. I only got two things from them, actually. But they were fucking expensive. They were expensive. I haven't opened any of this stuff. You know, a little minor crisis around the house. One of our employees is sick. My cat. There's 3 employees at Monster Movie App. Myself, my wife, and my cat, who's, you know, a valuable, probably more valuable than me, even, as an employee. And she's sick. She's dying, quite frankly. And it's fucking me up. It's fucking my whole world up. And that's why I haven't been on. I'm dealing with that. A sick employee. But that's not what this video is about. It's about stuff like this. Arrow Video's UK release of the movie Rabid, which I actually just saw for the first time. I got a cheap DVD at a different con, and watched it for the first time, and loved it. I liked it a lot. So, I mean, I saw this. I can't wait to open this and reverse the cover to the original cover art. That is going to be great. But, you know, Arrow, it's got to be fucking tight. The only other thing I got at Diabolic, I would have bought more had they had more foreign stuff. I asked the guy if he had any, and he was like, no. This is also Arrow. There's a theme. I don't just review their stuff. I buy it too. I bought it before. I'll buy it after. I buy it during. Steelbook UK release of the movie Audition. Oh, look at that sexiness. So that's $50 just between these two movies. Shit ain't cheap. Man, I'm getting a massive glare. Isn't that fucking sad? I gotta figure out this new place. Cat's fucking up this whole world. The whole system is going down. Fucking pets, man. Fucking pets. This is just one random table of a guy. He wasn't even really, you know, like, you see those tables and the dudes aren't even really selling movies or anything. They'll just have some of their own shit that they brought in or whatever, off to the side or underneath the table, stuff like that. This guy was selling like t-shirts, I think, and then he had like a small box of shit. And I saw this for the amount on it and almost peed myself. Because it's the long out of print DVD release of Alligator, the 1980 creature feature Alligator, which I bought for $20 used, and just bought it there for $3. Resale on eBay. That's just pure profit. Almost pure profit. Fuck. Save the best for last. I did shoot the load with the arrow, though. I shot my whole load. And the ceiling fan's making me cold. There was another guy just selling, I don't know, like fucking t-shirts or something. A box of VHS on the floor, mostly god-awful crap. They were like 3 for something, and I had to find 3, which will explain, which explains this that I got, the Gamera movie. Yeah. I'm not a Gamera fan. I'm not a Gamera fan. I like Godzilla. Not a huge Gamera fan. Most of the movies are pretty bad. I haven't seen any of the newer ones. So that was the one, like, I have to find something to make this cheaper. I think it was like 3 for $5, something like that. It's more than... Wait a minute, how much did I pay for that fucking Gamera movie? You get con drunk. Con drunk. I just came up with that, but it's true. You get con drunk. You fucking get there, and you have your like fucking wad of cash, and everything's way more than you'd fucking want to pay, or you would pay normally, like in the real world. But you get into those rooms with all this shit, and you get fucking dizzy, drunk with fucking greed, and like because the prices are so high, like when the prices are a little lower but still stupid, they seem like good prices. So you're like, oh wow, 3 for $5. I paid like stupid money for that Gamera fucking tape. It just occurred to me. Con drunk. I was con drunk. Look at this. John Saxon, Planet of Blood. Never seen this movie. This cover makes my testicles fucking tingle. The main reason that I was digging for 2 other movies was this I found first, and I was like, wow. It also has Basil Rathbone in it. I needed it, and I spent way too much money. I don't know. I haven't looked any of this stuff up. My world's in turmoil right now. Fucking cat over a cat. It's stupid. She's been an employee here for 16 years. Whatever. This paid for the other ones, I guess. It's a prison clamshell of the movie Aftermath, which is fucking pretty tight. I think this movie's out of print, and I think they're like maybe $15 or something on this. I did look this one up, but it's not going anywhere other than into my collection and into my VCR so that I can watch it for the first time ever. Exciting stuff. Man, this should be like 2 videos. This is way too much stuff. I'm going to show you this all at one time. Ready? This was a guy that like was just selling like posters, and I'd been around to his table like 50 fucking times. I got some press sheets from him actually that I'm going to show you in a second. But I got those first. And then, like Sunday, out of the blue, I walked by his table for the 60th time, and fucking, he's got a stack of VHS. These were 2 for $1, 2 for $5, $2.50 a piece. But I mean, other than Q, that's just a big stack of fucking Anchor Bay. Hammer goodness. Look at that. And I believe Q is also Anchor Bay. They put out beautiful fucking VHS back in the day. I don't know what happened to that company, but man. So, you know, I tried to get a deal on these. I was like, if I buy this whole stack, will you give me a deal? And he was like, they're already 2 for $5. I couldn't argue. I was like, okay, yeah, you're right. 2 for $5. So the table that had all the fucking out of print DVDs, and then I asked if he had VHS, and he had some. He brought out this big stack. I'm going through these fast. This one is in quarantine because I found mold on it after the fact. And coincidentally, I did look these up. I lied. I did look some of this up. This is the most valuable tape of the lot that I got from the guy. It's got a little tiny spot of mold starting on it. I'm going to do my patented Monster Movie app mold removal process on it. Douche it out good. Use the oil and vinegar douche on it, and it should be fine. Because, quite frankly, I'm good at it now. I'm good at douching out tapes. Let's save these. This was part of the deal. He wanted $75 for this lot of tapes, by the way. $75 was the price. And he said if I bought them all, he would give them to me for $50, and I was like, $40? Give them to me for $40? I'm holding them upside down, aren't I? This is probably reversed in retarded Facebook fashion anyway. But, these are some fucking weird tapes. I like the weird shit. Even the moldy one, especially the moldy one. ASE distribution is All Season Entertainment. I'm sorry, it's All Season Entertainment, which is this tape. I've never heard of that distribution label, and it's also I thought it was another one. No, I'm a liar. No. Anyway, still shrink-wrapped copy of Mario Bava's Bear in Blood. Shrink-wrapped. I haven't seen that movie. I'm embarrassed to say that. I'm resting all this stuff on my laptop keyboard, and it's like popping up fucking windows and shit like left and right. It's distracting. I'm doing the best I can. Shit's going down here. You have no idea. We're on death watch for one of our key employees. This is Tanya's Island, starring the dead Vanity. This movie looks batshit fucking crazy, but it's a fucking clamshell. Looks like I don't know if it's sun faded, because the back looks equally like the colors in the back and the side are all equal. Usually, like the sun fading is like just one side, but it's all in pink and kind of a banana yellow. So I'm not sure. I don't think it's sun faded. I want to say it's not. But look at that shit. This one brings a little bit of money. Did I tell you I talked him down to $45 from $75? Here's a big box of fucking Dracula from... I had a hard time finding this on fucking IMDb. Like, it goes by a different fucking name, and like... all of the fucking the cast and crew, their names are spelled differently on fucking on IMDb. Like it was a fucking process just trying to find this movie, because it's about the movie more than how much money it's worth. I just want to see this fucking movie. Dracula: The Bloodline continues. Oh, this is all season entertainment. I knew I got two of them. See, I'm not a fucking liar. Right there. I knew there was another one. Pretty much worthless. I overpaid for this collection, even at $45. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tapes. $45. That's like what? Like $60 a piece or something? It's too much. My math is not good. 6 times what? That'd be 6 times 7, 42. Over $7 a piece. Con drunk. That's what you call it. That's how you fucking you justify it. I was con drunk. I just figured out the math now and I want to fucking kill myself. I want to kill myself. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed in front of you fine people to tell you that that's how much I paid. I gotta get to my con bag, my con suitcase over here to get some shit. $7? What are you, fucking crazy? Why would you pay that? Oh, I'm depressed now. It's the scrounger in me. I completely lost my mind in the con room. I mean, the vending room. You fucking lose it, don't you? Is it just me? All 0 people watching this, feel free to comment if that's ever happened to you. I'll wait. Has it ever happened to none of you people? I guess you don't want to talk. You don't want to talk about it because you're as embarrassed as I am. I spent $7 a piece on those. The moldy tape I think is worth 20 something. So, if I can salvage it, the others are worth enough. That Tanya's Island tape I think is worth maybe 15 or something like that. So, I mean, I could get my money back probably if I was going to sell any of them. Still, I gotta do better. I gotta come up with some kind of system while I'm, in a con vending room where I just I center myself and think, maybe some sort of con meditation. I don't know. I always do it. Not as bad as my friend Bob. Bob doesn't watch my stuff anymore because he's a filmmaker now. But I have a friend Bob that, he would go to a con and spend thousands of dollars and just like the craziest impulse buys. If any fucking vendor happened to see him walking by and they made eye contact in any fucking way, whatever that guy was selling, Bob bought. He was fucking powerless to fucking defend himself. I miss that Bob. Filmmaker Bob's no fun. I digress. So the table where I overpaid for those fucking VHS by a lot. I pay $0.25, 6 for $1. That's how I roll. And then I go to a con and pay $7 a piece for shit. That's insanity. I could have probably... I should have got him down to 20. He said 45 was as low as he's going to go, but... who knows what that means. That same guy that was selling all the stuff He had a vast array of things. He had boxes that were like, 3 for $10. Just kind of common shit, which I should fucking separate. He had a lot of stuff that was still fucking shrink wrapped. I mean, it was a vast smorgasbord, if you will, of fucking shit, man. Like, some of them were 2 for like $5 a piece, 2 for 10. I see another thing that I overpaid for from the same guy. You just lose it, man. You fucking, what are you gonna do? Powerless against him. Powerless against my own fucking greed. The very first thing that I saw, which I paid this amount of money for, and once again, I'm embarrassed by it. But this movie is fucking awesome. Baby Blood? It is fucking awesome. No one ever talks about it. I believe it's French. It's French. Bat shit fucking crazy people. I found it at a Catholic fucking thrift store on VHS one time. And I was just like, I wish that these little old ladies could fucking watch this movie and realize what they were selling, because they would fucking quit the religion probably. They would just fucking give up and be like, I can't believe what I did. I was selling this. It's crazy. The VHS is edited. This is not, which is why I spent $25 on a used copy of it. And it still has the sticky fucking tape fucking thing on here. I'm gonna learn you something here that I taught. This might not be the right one to fucking try to do this with. Back in the day, when they first introduced these security fucking sticky things on top of the fucking DVDs, I spent wakeless nights and filled my entire collection with sticky ass fucking DVD boxes, because I couldn't figure out how to fucking get these off without leaving that, that sticky fucking residue. You pull your movie out of your collection and there's fucking pubic hairs and fucking lint sticking off of it. Awful. They're built to not come off cool, which, that's perfect for collectors who, like myself. And then one day, I figured out how to do it. And I've never had sticky residue on my DVD cases ever again. Because you would think you need to do it like slowly to try to fucking keep it in one piece, like just slowly peel it off. Not the case. Quick like a Band-Aid. Quicker the better. You grab it by the edge and you do this. No residue. No sticky residue. If this weren't like 1,000 years old and all crumbly and shit, well, you can see here where most of it came off. It broke. But quick like a Band-Aid. Quick like a fucking bunny. Off. Peel it all along the top. Slowly peel it all up. So you got like one big flap, one big flap. Grab it by the corner and just fucking yank it. Takes all the sticky residue off. And my life became better when I figured that out. I'll get the rest later. Baby Blood. No charge on that seminar. Baby Blood, $25 I spent. I spent a majority of my money on this guy's shit. A large majority. Look at this. Let sleeping corpses lie. You hear this? That's 10. It's a 10. I think this is Anchor Bay. No, yes. It is Anchor Bay. Anchor Bay released this. And it's only 5,000, limited edition. It's missing something. There's supposed to be a toe tag in it. And I did not get the toe tag. And I was like, I don't want to spend $20 on this without a toe tag. And he was like, I'll knock $5 off. And I said, sold. This movie is also called something Manchester Morgue. Something, I believe. The Living Dead at the Manchester Morgue. Also, it's right at the bottom. All you got to do is read. People, just read it. $15 for that, minus toe tag. And like, I'm going through this now, and I'm like, each thing, I'm just thinking to myself, like, wow, did I spend too much money on that? I haven't looked that one up. This one's cool. This was only $10. Still shrink wrapped. From Shriek Show, who put out a lot of fucking cool stuff. The Shriek Show Distribution. Did you get that? It's Shriek Show Distribution Company. They put out a lot of fucking awesome stuff. This is a vampire collection with 2 movies that I haven't seen. All nicely still shrink wrapped. Still got the security device on it. Don't take it through a scanner of any kind. There's a detector at a store. We'll set it off. $10. Wanted to see it. My wife was rifling through this, and she found a copy of The Little Girl Who Lives Down the Lane, and she bought it. And I think about it all the time, that I didn't see it, and she saw it. It's a movie that we both wanted to see, because I make playlists on my iPod, and I have a ton of old... Look at this lighting, it's just terrible. I have a ton of old radio spots for horror movies that, I just put it on random and they play. And that's one in particular with Jodie Foster in that movie that plays all the time, and neither one of us has seen it. And she was always saying, I really need to see this movie. She found it and bought it. Right under my nose. Fucking bitch. I think, it's in the same house, but when I divorce that bitch, she's going to take it with her. Maybe I'll try to give her 15 for it. She paid 10. It just bothers me that she found that and bought it. Watch Me When I Kill. Look at that fucking cover art. This is used. $10. I mean, this guy's table, it was just non-stop. I'm about to show you. It was non-stop shit like this. Non-fucking-stop. It was just like, oh my god, holy shit. Just pulling stuff out fucking left and right. Out of print. Burnt Offerings. I think it came out on Blu-ray. I don't give a shit, man. I don't give a shit. There's 3 movies, and I think I've told you this before. 3 movies. 3. The first 3 movies I remember as a kid. Burnt Offerings, What Scared Jessica to Death, and The Deep. The first 3 horror movies I remember seeing. Drive-ins with my parents. They should be put in jail. That's bad parenting. So, I didn't have this. Got it for $10. You know, it is what it is. Look at this. Little Paul Naschy fucking collection. Naschy. Paul Naschy. I don't think these are necessarily straight fucking horror movies. But they're fucking Paul Naschy movies, and that's enough for me. These double feature fucking DVDs came out. Man, I got one of them, but I fucking missed out on like the best ones. Now they go for fucking stupid money. This is brand new. Still shrink wrapped. Fuck yeah, $25. I didn't haggle on any of that shit. Now this recently came out, you know, there's like a fucking puzzle that came with it, limited edition. I think it was Grindhouse Releasing that did it. I've never seen the movie, and Diabolic had like the fucking fancy collection of it, Sans puzzle and all that shit. I'm not gonna spend fucking $50 on that when I've never seen the movie. I think it was like 30 or 25. But this guy had a used copy for $10, so. And, you know, DVD's fine with me. All you high def people, I don't care. I watch VHS. DVD's like fucking, that's like a walk in the park. It's beautiful. So clear. VHS is fine with me. I love watching movies on VHS. I think all the rest of these might have been like 3 for $10. I think. Because they don't have any of the stickers on it. This is, look at this. The old cardboard clip box case. I don't know what they call these. Mario from the Mario Bava collection. The Girl Who Knew Too Much. I already have this on DVD. In the one of the box sets that came out with all his movies in it. I think it was volume 1 or volume 2. But man, I just had to get this because of this case and the artwork. Cool. I don't want to set anything on that. This was also 3 for $10, I believe. Movie I don't have. Hell of the Living Dead. By the fucking hack thief of a fucking director, Bruno Mattei. I don't know how you say his last name. Mattei? Whatever. Tomato. I don't own this one. I don't think. There is a possibility I own it. Not gonna fucking lie. 3 for $10. Also, the Anchor Bay released this recently. And I wanted to see this movie. It stars David Hasselhoff and Linda Blair. God, I hope she shows her tits in this. She probably won't. Movie that I've always wanted to see. And I wasn't going to spend... Like, I could get this 3 for $10, or I could go and spend, like, fucking $30 on it. And find out it sucks on fucking Blu-ray. So, there is, 99.9% chance that this movie's gonna suck. Just based on the fucking cast. Don't judge me, it's true. These are just movies that fill in the holes. There's no holes barred in my collection. These are just filling in some holes that I had in my collection. And, you know, 2 of them are brand new. They're all movies that I've seen and enjoyed. Uh-oh. Can you hear that? Oh, we got something loose in one of these. Which one is it? Frankenstein's Army, I enjoyed a lot. I thought it was very innovative, different. Dead Girl. Dead Girl's got the fucking bogey in it. You hear that? Dead Girl was a decent movie, unrated, director's cut. I don't know how that's going to affect it, but it was decent. I enjoyed these. I enjoyed the first one a lot. And I also enjoyed the second one less, but still enjoyed. That's the English language, people. That's how we do it here. It's not perfect, but, you know, that's all we got. I'm not an extremely educated man. I went to college. Fuck you. We're almost done. Can you believe it? Man, time flies. At the beginning of this, I just wanted to kill myself. I was like, this is never going to fucking end. And here we are. At the end. These came with it. We got VIP packages for Monster Mania. I wish we hadn't, but we did. And it came with this. One for me, one for my wife. I mean, I don't. What do you do? I guess I can eBay these. I mean, I'm not gonna fucking put them up. But yeah, they were free with the VIP package. I have to look something up, if you don't mind. Just hold tight. Talk amongst yourselves. You think you know? You think you know how to spell something, and then you start typing it, and you're like, I had no fucking clue. Excuse me. Excuse my unpreparedness. I mentioned earlier at the new Casa de Monster Movie app. I'm going to be putting in a new theater room, and I'm going to be decorating it as an old, turn of the century movie palace, haunted movie palace. Will be the theme of the theater room once our cat dies and we can get on with our lives. And so I want to get lobby cards. I thought lobby cards would be a beautiful addition to that room, complement the room well. And I was on the hunt for those. I'm on the hunt for those now. But I found some press sheets, no lobby cards that I could afford. There was they had like a Spanish original Psycho lobby card for like $50. And I have some Spanish ones. I don't want to get all Spanish. They're cheaper and easier to get. People want the English ones. But, I'm going to limit it, throttle that down. I found these press sheets instead, which are fucking awesome. These are 11 by 17. They'll frame up really fucking nice. Horror of the Zombies. I believe the American title of this movie is Ghost Galleon. Part of the Blind Dead series of Italian movies, if you don't know. Just beautiful, original. And they're like books. They're called press sheets, I believe. There's a back. And they also fold out. into more delicious goodness. I'm not pulling it out for you people because I don't care enough about you to risk damaging these beautiful things. Use your imagination. Imagine, if you will, the inside of these is just, so much more beautiful artwork and information about the movies. This is Basil Rath. I said Basil Rathbone earlier. This is a Basil Gogos. This is why I got this one. I've never seen this movie, but I know for a fact, owning Basil Gogos' book of art, that this is his artwork. And as you can tell, from the tits to the fucking creatures in the back, it is just first class, bonerific fucking awesomeness. I had to get it. I was trying not to get any films that I don't know that are completely fucking awesome, that I've seen and confirmed that I love. Because, I'm going to run out of room. I don't want a bunch of stuff clogging up the works that I've never seen. But, I mean, it's Basil Gogos. And you probably can't tell looking at this. It is just fucking... My testicles have receded into my body just looking at it. I don't know if that's a compliment. I don't know if it's a compliment as much as a medical condition. One autograph. I had to get autographed. No. One thing I had to get autographed. Only one person that it was a must get. Because I already had two things on this one. And that is Martine Beswick. On my 8x10 from a whisper to a scream, 8x10, that this is also a press sheet, original press sheet. I originally got this from the writer-director Jeff Burr at a concert. Everybody calm down. Not at a concert, at a convention. He gave it to me for free. He was like, "Do you want anything else signed? Here, you could have fucking more shit." Like, because I was just talking. This is a great old anthology, and it's a fascinating fucking story. It's one of Vincent Price's last movies, and it's just a fascinating story. Jeff Burr and his buddy, two of them, Jeff Burr and his buddy. I believe they were either still in college or just graduated college. They wanted to make a movie. They tracked down fucking Vincent Price. They went to his house and pitched him this fucking movie because they wanted him in it so badly. And he agreed. And it's a good anthology. But just listening to Jeff Burr tell the stories, I was asking about Vincent Price, and awesome. And he was just like, "Here, take it for free." He wrote a nice little thing on here to me. I talked to him for probably an hour, conservatively. And he was just happy as hell to fucking... I should have taken him out to dinner. He would have gone, I think. But after that, I got it signed by one of the stars, Clu Gulager, who is like, I don't know, like 80 years old and fucking was just like hitting on my wife the whole time. I was trying to tell him how much I loved his work and shit, and he was hitting on my wife. Which, is kind of cool. His son John Gulager and his wife fucking Dana Goldberg or something like that. Fuck, something like that. They were sitting right there and they were like smiling and getting a kick out of it. And I was like, hey, that must have been a really cool role for you, because like he played like tough fucking cowboys most of his career. And he played like a fucking nerd and from a whisper to a scream. So I was trying to talk to him about that, and he was hitting on my wife. Where are you from? What's your name? Like, he was just like, pretend you're me and I'm Clu Gulager and my wife is standing beside me. This was my autograph experience. This is what I saw. Quite frankly, if he was 20 years old, I probably would have punched him in the face. But, like, he's, like, fucking 100. And, like, fucking Satan bless that man for still having the energy to hit on somebody's wife. Go for it. Pretty confident she wasn't going to sleep with him. She sleeps with me, though, so I don't know. Martine Bestwick. She was at Monster Mania. So now I have 3 audios. She was in that. She has a small role. She plays a psychotic killer that gets executed at the beginning. Spoiler alert. Happens right at the beginning of the movie. But she's also in it. She's in Dr. Jekyll and Sister Hyde, which, like, that would be the go-to movie to have her sign something from. But, I already had this going. Dr. Jekyll and Sister Hyde's a good fucking movie. Don't be swayed by the silly title. It's actually a good fucking movie. Really well made. And she's good in it. And she shows her tits. At least once. I want to say twice. And, they were fine tits. They're not so fine anymore. But what a fucking gracious lady when I met her at Monster Mania. She asked me, she was reading the autographs and she was asking me who everybody was. And when I got to Clu Gulager, she just fucking almost had an accident. She was just like, oh my God, I love Clu. I haven't seen him in so long. She was like a friend of the Gulager family. She knows John. They would like have fucking Thanksgiving dinner together and dinner parties, and they hung out all the time at a certain period of time, and then they drifted apart, I guess. So she was really cool, really nice, and that's everything that I got at Monster Mania. So I'm gonna wrap this up already. I wouldn't go back to that con. It's not worth it just for the vending room. The hotel sucked for the most part. I mean, just based on the air, what are you going to do? It was like 100 degrees in New Jersey that weekend, and their air conditioning wasn't fucking working right. So that was a lot of funky, humid geek sweat and smell, and you just couldn't fucking breathe in there. It was uncomfortable, and the celebrities were complaining, and everyone was complaining that it sucked. Doesn't make me want to go back. That in New Jersey, Philadelphia area is just god awful to look at. I'm sorry if you're from there. I live in Florida, and like I'm looking out the window of the house that I own, and I see a palm tree and beautiful Mother Nature. And I would come back here for a con. It's pretty. Not New Jersey. But if you live there, I'm sure you know that. Like, you don't have delusions that it's a fucking great place, do you? It's fucking Cherry Hill, New Jersey, Philadelphia. Awful. Terrible. Next con I'm doing is Bay of Blood in Tampa, first year con. Pretty excited about it. It's I want a good con in Florida, and we don't have one. We don't have one. I don't care what you feel about other cons here. They're not good horror cons. And this one's going to be fucking. This con doesn't give a shit because they're a first year con and they're doing a Friday the 13th Part 2 reunion, The Burning reunion, and My Bloody Valentine original reunion. And that's fucking it. It's a bunch of people that you look at and you're like, I don't know who these people are. I guess I kind of remember from the movie. But there's no fucking Robert Englund. There's no Kane Hodder, Bill Moseley, Sid Haig. They don't give a shit like what everybody thinks of HorrorCon should be like. There's no wrestlers. There's no pop culture bullshit. There's no Disney fucking people. This is straight hardcore horror. This is for fucking fans. This is for fans that fucking know their shit and want to fucking and go like, there's never been a Burning reunion that at any con I've ever been to, and that's a great old slasher. Unfortunately, fucking Jason Alexander's not going to be there. That would be cool, but they're not done announcing. So that's my next con. Assuming my cat dies by then. It's sad to say, but it is kind of a requirement. Because we can't leave her alone. She's sick. We may have to cancel the con. It's depressing. I might go by myself for a fucking day. I don't know. It's only an hour from here, so we could easily drive back and check on her, right? Fucking cat. Alright. You guys have talked for way too much. You really just need to get the fuck out of my house.